welcome back to my kitchen. It's a bit of a mess, I know, but we're making memories here. So today I wanted to give you guys an update on the Christmas wine. So we'll go over what I did with this, and then I will tell you what all I've done. So when the kids are going to wrap gifts. So this is my Christmas wine. This is the wine that I started on December 3rd, okay? This was the wine that I found that Aldi organic superfood juice at Aldi's, obviously. And it was the pomegranate, tart cherry, red grape, strawberry, mulberry, fig, and cranberry. And it was an organic juice. And so it didn't have any preservatives or anything like that in there. To that I used 2 bottles of that, a third of a teaspoon wine tannins, half a teaspoon pectic enzymes, 1 campden tablet, 1 teaspoon yeast nutrient, half a teaspoon acid blend, 1 pack of Lalvin Bourgovin RC 212. I never know if I pronounced that correct, probably not. Then I added some star anise, some allspice berries, some cloves, and a couple cinnamon sticks. So we added sugar to that to get it to the starting gravity of 1.100. On the 17th, I had noticed that, the bubbles have stopped in the airlock. So right here, there were no more bubbles in the airlock. And at that point, it was extremely cloudy. And I figured the best thing for me to do would be to give a reading to see where we were and to get it off of the Yeast cake that was at the bottom, and to get it off all of the spices. So that is what I did. I wrapped it into this bottle, and at that point in time, the gravity was actually my target, which I was really excited about, was 0.997. So when I calculated how much sugar I was adding and about what ABV I wanted to get to, 0.997 was actually my target. That made me very happy. So what we're gonna do today, now I know this is the 18th? Oh yeah, so it's only a day later. And this is still gonna sit in this until Christmas, but it has cleared up, I would say about 50% of what it was. So I wanna go ahead and get a gravity reading on it. I wanna see if it's still at 0.997, because then I'll know it's done. Likely it won't go much lower than 0.997, and even if I bottled it, it wouldn't be at risk to restart the fermentation because it digested literally all the sugars. It's actually lower gravity than water. Water is a 1.00 gravity, so we are at a lower gravity than water, and that means there's more alcohol than water, and the yeast has probably completely expired at this point. So we're just going to go ahead and take another gravity reading. So I'm going to set my airlock and bung there off to the side. I have this. My hydrometer goes in. And we're just going to, everything's been sanitized and clean. If you would have seen this yesterday, it was really cloudy. Yeah, I'd say it's cleared about 50%. So I'm gonna do another update probably on Christmas, maybe before or after, the day before, the day after, just to let you guys know how it turned out. Now, of course, if we let this age for a year, it would be even better. But I wanted to make a Christmas wine, and it's perfectly acceptable to drink your wines young, as long as they taste good. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of funkiness to the flavor, and that's just because they are young. And in those cases, sometimes it's better to actually let them sit for some length of time and try them again. And we actually tasted this the other day. Oh yeah, a little bit more. We tasted this, and the flavor is so complex. Okay, so as you can see, I have to put this on a flat surface, but it's really, the hydrometer is really sunk down there. And that's 8, that's 6. We are still at 0.997. So that's good. It hasn't moved a muscle, which is fantastic. So rather than pour this sample back in the bottle, I'm gonna do, an obvious thing, and we're gonna give it a nice taste. So as you can see, it's still pretty hazy, but I expect that this will actually clear completely or almost completely by Christmas. It usually takes a little bit of time for it to settle with all of the spices that were in it. And I want to see if the flavor has changed at all since yesterday. You think that 24 hours really isn't all that long. Now, when you're seeing this, you're going to see this on Tuesday, so it's been 2 days. I'm actually not going to touch this again until Christmas. If there's any left, I'm going to go ahead and put it away for a year. I don't expect that there will be any left. So I think what I might just do is go to Aldi's and get 2 more bottles of it, or maybe I'll make a double batch if everybody really likes it. Go ahead and get another batch going, and then next year we'll have it again. So, all right, let's give it a taste and see what we've got. Now, I'm not some fancy professional wine drinker. I can tell you, I'm trying to get the sense. This is so complex. It's very bright. I get a lot of the cherry. I think I get a lot of pomegranate on the nose. It's citrusy. I think, did I put orange zest in this?
Yes.
No, I don't think I did. It does, I didn't write it down, so if I did put orange zest in it, I don't remember. But it comes off as very citrusy, but there's almost, oddly, a hint of vanilla, and there's no vanilla to this at all. Okay, let's take...
Orange in that juice.
No, there was no orange in the juice. It was pomegranate, tart cherry, red grape. It's the strawberry. Strawberries and mulberries, that's what I'm smelling. Okay, let's take a taste.
Okay, guys. I gotta hop off.
My goodness, it's so complex.
Yeah, sorry.
It's very bright.
GG.
It's dry, very dry, slightly tart, good tannic feel. Could have a little bit more wine tannins. I think this would be lovely if it was lightly oaked. Man, it's nice. It is just this pop of flavor, this burst of flavor. And I think that has to come from the pomegranate and the cherry, but also the strawberry. This could easily be a summer wine as well. But on the finish, you do definitely get this star anise. I can taste that. And the cinnamon, and maybe just a hint of the clove. I did also put allspice in there, so I might be getting that as well. It's just really lovely. Even though it is young, it is a fantastic wine. And even Jeff, who doesn't like wine, actually tasted this and said that it was pretty good.
Definitely not bad.
Here,
people.
do you want to take a taste?
Definitely not bad.
He's gonna take a taste, and he doesn't really drink anything at all. It's fizzy almost.
Definitely not bad.
Your face says otherwise. He doesn't like wine, but
I would drink that.
I think he'll have a glass of this at Christmas. It almost does it have a fizz, or is it my imagination?
It does have a fizz.
It has a slight fizz, so it's almost carbonated, which is crazy to me. I don't know whether that will settle and go away or not. Again, I'm not a well-versed or experienced winemaker. I just know what I like. Oh, and I should mention, since this is at a 0.997, dropped down from a 1.1, that makes the ABV content 13.9. So the alcohol content of the yeast that we used was at tops of 14. So we are really, really good. We don't have to worry about this re-fermenting or anything like that. So I'm not really worried about the fizz. I think it was my raspberry wine I made once before that almost had a slight fizz to it, but it settled out of it. But yeah, I think this is a fantastic wine. I think if you guys have an Aldi's nearby and you want to try a super simple wine, definitely try it. I will put the recipe in the description down below. I will do another updated version on this wine in, on, or around Christmas. I'm not really sure how Christmas will shape up. I think it's going to be a whirlwind, but maybe he had too much wine. Okay, my phone went on low battery mode, so I just wanted to turn it off and on just to make sure it was still recording. Anyways, I think this is fantastic. Obviously, you're not gonna have time to make it for this Christmas, but I think if you make it now and you hang on to it until next Christmas, you will be quite pleased. That is, if you like a dry wine. But it's dry, but it doesn't seem dry.
You hold on to it until next Christmas, you'll be lit.
No, it won't have any higher...
I'm joking.
Yeah, I was gonna say it won't have a higher alcohol content. It'll just taste more aged. I think we'll get a couple more bottles of this and make some to keep till next year.
Definitely not bad.
And we'll have a year. We'll come back again in a year and we'll do an age taste testing. But I really think this will be a hit this holiday. I also think that if you wanted to do a mulled wine and put this on the stove with some orange slices and some more cinnamon and more spices, I think this would be absolutely fantastic because it is bright. And even though it is very dry at 0.997, and you could back sweeten it if you wanted to, because you're really close to yeast tolerance, so I really don't think you would have too high of a risk of re-fermentation. But you could back sweeten this if you wanted to, for sure, or you could sweeten it with a non-fermentable sugar. What are they called? I can't think of the name. If I think of it, I will put that down below as well. But it's easily purchased at Walmart and other places like that, like Amazon, that you could back sweeten it with a non-fermentable sweetener if you don't like a dry wine. But what I was gonna say is, even though it is dry, it really doesn't come off as a dry wine. It is bright and cheerful. So anyways, I hope that encourages you to try this wine, try making it. I think it's super simple, and all of the things that the tannins, the pectic enzymes, all of that stuff is, you can order that right on Amazon. It's super simple to find on there. It's very inexpensive. The only other tools that I suggest you have, are your hydrometer and your, what is this thing called? Oh God, test tube, whatever. I'm having a moment, okay? I need more wine. It's not a beaker. It'll come to me. Like 2 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep because my shoulder hurts. And then, yeah, you definitely want to have your airlock and your gallon vessel. So aside from those things, definitely you can get all of that very inexpensively on Amazon. Try this wine, make it, hang on to it for a year, or drink it now. That's fine too. I won't judge because I'm drinking it now too. Anyways, I hope you guys loved this video. If you did, leave a comment down below. If you want to share this recipe with your friends, feel free to do that. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be. I just do this for fun.
She plays one wine. Me too.
I brew because I like my wine and I like to control what goes into it. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.